Welcome, Moto fam, to another ride, and today I get to admit that I caved in. I got myself a new toy, and that is this camera that I'm using now, the Insta360 1R, my first 360 camera that I have ever owned. My first impressions as a rider and a camera guy is how familiar it feels after using GoPros for many years. The app and using the camera is very similar as, say, setting up and even mounting it in certain points. After that, this thing is completely different. First off, I don't even have to worry about where to point the lens anymore, so long as the camera has a little bit of distance. So long as it's like 2 to 4 feet, it'll capture whatever's around it. The Moto kit that can be bought with it separately is pretty cool. It's solid metal brackets and will stick to your bike no matter what you ride. So this ride was a good test because this was a fairly large group ride and this was a good opportunity for me to give it a shot. As you noticed, I can pan back and forth and zoom in, zoom out. This is all done in post, so this is not done through the camera. This is through, say, like your phone or through a tablet, or I think through your computer as well. I haven't tried that yet. But yeah, all this is controlled stuff after the fact that I shot it, and the camera's not moving at all. It's stuck to my handlebars. So it's a really cool effect that you have all this control post shooting without even touching the camera, aside from the record button. Now, I'm not going to go into super tech specs or anything like that. I'm just going to go off of how I feel with the camera and how I feel as a rider with the camera. As far as visuals, you can see that the lens is pretty nice. Unfortunately, there is some sort of moisture buildup on the inside of the lens, which Insta360 and I are already working on fixing. But most of the shots came out pretty clean. As far as sound, take a listen. Sound is okay. It's not going to be music studio sound, but as far as a motorcycle camera, that's pretty much all I need. It's just something to sound decent so I can capture this. When I started editing, I was really experimenting with just how far I can push the limits of having dual lenses in a 360 world. So zooming out, zooming way out, I can get to a point where I can see not only in front of me, but I can see behind me at the same time. I've never had that option before, and being above me, and just, it's a really new way to just have a camera on you, because now you actually have your own cameraman. You are your own cameraman. You just need to set up the camera and let it do its thing. It gives it a great opportunity where I don't have to use my hands anymore. I can use my hands for signaling and communication rather than having to worry about a camera. Not to mention, I think all riders can attest to this, that being a cameraman while being on a motorcycle kind of sucks. So having hands free and getting to do what you want and still getting the perfect shot that you want afterwards is, well, priceless. Not to mention, when do you ever get a shot of an entire palm tree? Or, say like this, of me and the entire bridge going underneath it? It's incredible. Just having that flexibility is such a neat thing. Look at this. You can see the streets and the entire palm trees and the architecture around. This I caught by accident. It happened behind me. But this guy wheeling up kind of almost goofed off and ran into a street. Would have never caught that with a normal camera. This guy also caught by accident too. Being an idiot, doing a wheelie between us at around 80 miles an hour. Oh, the squids. I guess a proper analogy for this camera really is pretty much the freedom you get from riding a motorcycle as opposed to driving a car. You can park wherever you want. You can go in between cars. You can feel the wind and the breeze and have fun and go 180 miles an hour for $6,000. I mean, the freedoms are almost endless when you're on a motorcycle. With this camera, I don't need to use my hands. I don't need to worry about the shot. I don't need to point the camera at any direction. That's all stuff that I have full control of if I have the self-control to edit it afterwards. And that's really the huge hard part of this camera, is you are going to add another level of editing. As much as Insta360 has made it really easy to do, you are going to have to load a lot of footage. You are going to have to go through that footage very carefully, because now you have a full 360 spectrum to inspect and see what shots you want, how you want them, position them properly. And if you are OCD, this is going to take you 10 times longer than it would with a normal camera setup, because you are going to have a lot of control, and that could be your own downfall. So yeah, no, in this shot, nighttime, really dark, brighten it up a little bit. You can see a lot of noise, but in my opinion, like I said, I'm not out for perfection. I'm out to capture a memory. I can see myself, I can see the sunset, I can see that I was with friends, and Insta360 did it great. I love it. See you next time.